Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka Jay Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for the weekend of November 11th and the 12th of 2023. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day so far, and hopefully, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Well, we are building up to this new moon in Scorpio that's coming up, and my birthday is right around the corner. And so Venus has moved into Libra, Mercury is in Sag, and Mars is approaching that opposition with your ass. Let's go ahead and hop into the transits for today. So we can see here that the moon is here at 28 degrees of Libra starting off in the day, and is going to make a square over to Pluto over here in Capricorn. And of course, this moon has gone over the South Node. It has gone over Pallas Athena and is getting ready to move into its fall position, where it does not like to be. So, this square with Pluto, you could definitely say that Pluto's probably going to win this square. It's going to bring up a challenging energy. You know, this moon in Libra was wanting to find some sort of balance and peace and harmony amongst all of the intense energy that we have right now, the intense energy that's been building up. We've had multiple planets switch signs this week, and there's been a shift in the energy. We also have Saturn, which is now coming forward, which leaving only Uranus, Jupiter, and Neptune retrograde, and then Chiron as far as like an asteroid. So things are starting to pick up. Things are starting to speed up, and we can get into this space where we want things, of course, to look a certain way, and we're doing our best to try and find the balance and peace with all this. But it's been kind of weird to do that. You remember this Venus that just came into Libra, South Node is dispositing it, right? So it's not Venus is happy to be home, but there's a lot of things that have to be worked out. And then, of course, you have this moon here, which is being challenged by the executioner in Pluto and Capricorn, where it's like it's kind of an interesting energy. It's like we're trying to find the balance and harmony in a system that we know is collapsing and a system that we know is changing forever. And there are going to be some people that are probably going to be clambering and trying to hold on to the old ways and the old systems, or wanting to even bring back things from the past. And that's the other thing about this too. People trying to bring back things where, oh, well, things were better 50 years ago, so why don't we just bring that back? Well, there's a reason why we still progress, right? I think that there are some things that are timeless, right? That's the thing about the Saturn and Pisces too at 0 degrees, is that it does bring about a timeless kind of energy. But at the same time, it also brings back this delusion that just completely replaying the past and completely doing things the way that they were done before is going to somehow fix the modern day problems. And that's not necessarily the case, right? So, we're going to see this moon. It's going to shift into Scorpio today. And as it's shifting into Scorpio, you're going to see Mars in opposition to Uranus. So, as I've been saying with this one, this is a bit of a doozy. Mars is definitely going to win this battle as far as opposition goes. You remember, Uranus is actually in its fallen Taurus, does not like to be there, and it's retrograde. Mars is dignified in Scorpio as its traditional ruler, and it's feeling strong right now. It's feeling strong right now. This is going to be a bit of a doozy. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This Mars of Scorpio is going to be a bit savage. It's freaking taking names here. And this Uranus and Taurus, we have to learn how to be okay with the shifting tides right now. And I think, with an aspect like this, we can get, really caught up on, especially considering the degree that it's 2 + 1, which reduces to 3, which is Jupiter in nature. And Jupiter itself is retrograde. And there's a harmonic here because we have Venus here at 3 degrees as well. And it's in Libra. Of course, we're looking for some balance. Of course, we're trying to maybe make peace deals and negotiations with certain groups of people. But man, is it going to be super fucking uncomfortable? Uncomfortable conversations potentially, just uncomfortable truths of the reality of how things are shifting. This is a moment here where we have to ask ourselves, the people that we are connecting with, do we trust them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing about this. Uranus is about the groups of people, and it's inside of Taurus, which is about value, money, and finances, right? And then you have Mars over here in Scorpio, which is about intimacy and trust. And there's a sexual connotation with this as well. We can't forget about that too. So it's like, there's this energy here, this creative force, if you will, with this. It's like, well, can you see yourself creating a future with these people? Do you trust these individuals? And that's the thing about this. Scorpio is wanting to get to the deep root of things, and now that this moon is in Scorpio, it's in its fall. While the apex of this opposition is going to be happening, emotions are going to be running deep. Emotions are going to be running intense. They're going to be inflamed because Mars is here too. And with a Venus and Libra, yeah, we're going to be trying to feel a little bit better as far as our relationships go and just simply relating to people and how we like to receive. But then you got Mercury and Sag. So this can be like people maybe, this is a weird thing where people may be, saying things that sound nice and whatever like that, but may come across as a little naive and maybe saying things that it sounds good, but is there actually any sustenance to it? Is there actually any depth to it? Or are you just saying niceties, right? That's the thing about this. So it's like this. The moon of Scorpio is great for intuition if you are willing to look at those deeper aspects, if you're willing to kind of go past those shadows and confront your fears and confront your phobias. I remember phobias is also a very Scorpio thing. If you're willing to confront these aspects of yourself, willing to, connect. This is about connection too. Some people are simply afraid to reach out, simply afraid to connect with other people. They're afraid of what may come out. They're just trying to hold and hold and hold everything in and suppress. We gotta understand though, we are in the catacombs now. Scorpio. Scorpio is the catacombs, right? And what's in the catacombs? Of course, we're looking for treasure, right? But what else is down there? Traps, rolling stone balls, like pits that have like those fucking spikes in them, undead mummies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like those undead skeletons that are walking around. We're like, it's like we're in a dungeon right now. But it's like, if you think about it as like an RPG, it's like we're in a dungeon video game, right? And we're going down to different levels and stuff. And in order to really, find that treasure, which is the human spirit, right? Love. And when you can actually get intimate and trust yourself, you got to understand that you are the architect of this dungeon. Psychologically, spiritually, you are the architect of this dungeon, right? You are the architect. So why are you afraid to go down there? Maybe it's because you've divorced yourself from exploring these deeper aspects of yourself for such a long time that you no longer trust yourself. How the hell are you going to trust other people? Right? That's what this whole Mars Uranus thing is coming. You gotta remember, Uranus rules Aquarius. It's two sine waves on top of each other. It's vibration, right? So this is going to be an aspect where it's going to be calling into question your vibration with certain people and whether or not you can trust these people, right? That's what it's bringing into question, right? That's the thing. Other thing too, Uranus is way out there. So this opposition, like I said, random shit happening out of nowhere. I'm talking like it could be like nature stuff, but also like maybe a volcano goes off, or like there's a mudslide somewhere, or something like that. But just be prepared, especially with a Venus and Libra now, with the South Node, mind you. Don't be surprised if X's come out of fucking nowhere. Like, this is the time where X come out of nowhere because it's South Node energy. X is coming out of nowhere. Or like just relationships just popping in, just out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. And it's almost like people feel the need to say something or maybe get some things off the chest, or maybe there's some unfinished business that they feel like they have or something like that. It's going to make for some interesting drama. I will say this. I have Venus in Libra with the South Node here too. I have the South Node in Cancer and I have Venus in Libra. So they're not together in my chart, but I'm saying that they do square each other. And I'm saying that a Venus in Libra with the South Node here, a moon that's now in Scorpio, and a Mars that's opposing Uranus with a Mercury that's now in Sag. You talking about an incredible movie to watch? You talking about like some very interesting and very entertaining drama? But don't be surprised if you somehow get sucked into this. Especially this is Uranus. This is coming out of left field too. So that's the thing about this, you know. But what's interesting is that this is Saturday, right? This is where the news goes to die, and it's Veterans Day too, right? So we may not necessarily see anything major in the news, whatever like that. We may see some things come out, right? But like I said, the weekend is where the news goes to die. But we may still see some interesting stuff that happens this weekend. That's probably going to come out of left field and will probably be very, very, very shocking to a lot of people. But it won't be shocking if you realize that we as humanity are investigating. We're investigating our origins. We're trying to figure these things out. We're trying to regain the human spirit as a collective because so many people have lost the human spirit and they've been turned into cyborgs. They've been turned into drones. They've been turned into something else that is like not human, not fully human, right? And they've given up that aspect of themselves because they felt like that aspect of themselves was weak. They thought that that human aspect of themselves was weak and was useless or outdated. And we're trying to like artificially evolve ourselves. When we could do it, like we can use magic. We are psychic. We can use telepathy, but we're kind of doing it in a different way, right? Remember, I've been saying though, Saturn's at 0 degrees of Pisces, so we still actually have time to figure out, like, the ship's going to leave. That's not the issue. The ship's going to leave. We have the buffer time now to figure out what exactly are we taking with us to the new world. That's what it's coming down to. And that's the thing too. This is just the first pit stop because Saturn's going to retrograde in Pisces another time, and then it'll come into Aries, and then we'll be in the new world, right? So it's and the last time that Saturn could have gone into Aries was like what? That's going to be like. So my wife was 94. She's Saturn Pisces. So we're talking like what, 96 ish, right? So this is the last time that Saturn was there in Aries. Saturn and Neptune they're not even going to meet in Pisces. They're going to meet in Aries at 0 degrees. Like, you want me to? I can show you guys that just for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? They're going to meet. Let me go back. Oh, maybe they meet like right at the edge of it. Yeah, they meet right at the edge of Pisces. 2026. Right at the edge of that shit. So that's the thing about this. It's well, actually, hold on. Wait, let me actually move this forward. Let's see. Yeah, they meet like right. Oh no, they do meet at 0 degrees of Aries. That's right. Yeah, they meet at 0 degrees of Aries in February of 2026. So they're not even going to meet in Pisces. You talk about a whole new world that we're going to be shifting into. A whole new world that we're shifting into. But we got, about 2.5 years or so until that happens. So this next 2.5 years are going to be very, very critical. And we haven't seen anything yet. But like I said, these energies are just kind of building up more and more and more to that, right? So, like I said, as soon as the moon hits 0 degrees, you're going to see Mars at 21 degrees. It's making that opposition as we continue this throughout the day. By the end of the day, coming into Sunday, that moon's going to be at 5 degrees here, right? So it's getting ready to oppose Jupiter. It'll oppose Jupiter the following day, right? In fact, we'll just go ahead and go right to that. You're going to see that moon is going to hit 9 degrees. It's going to make the opposition to Jupiter, right? While Mars is still in opposition to Uranus. So we have two oppositions going on at the same damn time to between the Scorpio and this Taurus energy, right? And what's funny about it is that the moon, like I said, it's interesting. You have two planets that are in fall that are involved in this. Uranus is at fall in Taurus, and the moon is at fall in Scorpio, and they're on opposite sides, right? And Mars is happy to be here in Scorpio, right? And Jupiter, I mean, it's okay in Taurus, but it's kind of neutral. So you have two fall planets, a neutral planet, and a strong planet. Who do you think is going to really lead the energy? Mars. Mars is. Because we may be getting like really like emotionally like tangled up, trying to figure out who and what we can trust and stuff like that. Can we trust ourselves to expand in our lives? Can we trust ourselves to, can we feel our ability with the Jupiter to, expand in our life as far as like our sense of worth, our sense of value, financial aspects? Or are we going to feel like we're on the outside looking in? That's the thing about this. Or we're going to feel like we're on the outside looking in. But you're only on the outside looking in is if you choose to, especially at this point. I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he made a very good point. Because we're just talking about just life in general, but we're talking about like the internet. And I was telling him how like it's crazy. Like I'm connected with people all over the world. I have a good friend up in Norway. I know some of you guys, I know one of you guys lives up in Canada and stuff. And I've connected with people like all over the world and stuff. But we take this for granted. We take the internet for granted. And never has there been an opportunity like this where someone like me can put something out there and it has the potential to reach people on the other side of the world relatively quickly. Because back in the day, you could write a letter to someone in another country and it would take forever to get there, right? But now I can just shoot an email to somebody and it reaches them in moments, right? This isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to last forever. So if you have an idea, if you are a creative, if you're wanting to connect, if you're really wanting to do something and make an impact, if you will, no matter how big or small, but if you're wanting to make an impact, this is the time to do it, because this right here isn't going to last forever. It's not. We think it is, but it's not going to last forever. It may transform, it may look different, it may take on a different look, but it won't last forever. So this is the time. This is the time where we need to take action. And that's what Mars wants to do. Take action. Move forward. Do something. Right? Go throughout Sunday, and the new moon's not going to quite come into its fullness on Sunday. It's really going to be more of a Monday aspect. Really more of a Monday aspect. You're going to see Mercury's going to hit 4 degrees. So it's trying to sextile Venus, but it's not quite going to do it because they're moving at somewhat similar speeds. Mercury's moving at about 1.5 degrees a day. Venus is moving like 1 degree and 6 minutes a day. So they're not going to quite sextile. Mercury's trying to sextile Venus, but it's not going to quite happen, right? And you got to understand, Venus is not exactly the happiest right now. Not so much that, she's in her home sign, so that's cool. But you got to also remember these things with Venus. She retrograded in Leo, and then she went into her fall in Virgo. So she has a lot of like pent up energy right now. She has a lot of she's about to seriously start slaying, taking names, She's in that mode. She's in that energy. Especially at home, Venus has been trying to give us the good shit, trying to give us those nice relationships, trying to find the balance, peace, and the harmony, trying to give us the good. She's been trying to hook us up. but she hasn't been able to because of what's been going on. All the Leo energy when she was in retrograding in Leo, the squares to Jupiter and Uranus. Y'all remember those? Those weren't easy. Then going into Virgo, her fall, and then opposing Saturn, opposing Neptune. Venus is fucking tired. She's been through a lot. And now she gets home, and what does she find? The fucking South Node. She's going to make the best of it. It's going to be very dramatic. But she finds the fucking South Node. And then what happens after she finally gets off of the South Node? She goes into Scorpio, where she's at her fall. But she's going to have a lot of fun in Scorpio. Don't get it twisted. It's at its fall, but Venus in Scorpio is hilarious. It's awesome. It's fun. All right. Because there's things that she can do in Scorpio that she can't really do in Libra. Because in Libra, she has to keep up appearances and shit like that. In Scorpio, it's all bets are off. Right? All bets are off. So utilize this time right now because things are about to get more savage. And things are about to get more savage. And we got to be prepared for that. Oh my gosh. By the time you get to the end of the day, you're going to see, the new moon doesn't happen on Sunday. It happens on Monday. The new moon is going to be happening pretty much in the middle of the night at 28 degrees here in Scorpio, which is on my Pluto, mind you. It's in opposition to freaking Uranus, right? It's in opposition to Uranus. And Mars is there within 2 degrees of it too. So we have a Sun, Moon, Mars conjunction in Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus. The last time we could have potentially saw this was back in World War II. That we could potentially have seen this. But let's just for shits and giggles, let's go back and look. Let's see. Where am I at now? Where is he? Okay, let's go back a little bit further. Okay. All right, cool. So the last time that we could have potentially saw this, let's see. Yeah, the last time that we could, Mars wouldn't have reached Scorpio at that point. Yeah, Mars wouldn't have reached Scorpio by the time the sun came out of it. So I mean, shoot, like you gotta go back a bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the last time we actually could have seen this. I have to do an actual event. So maybe if I actually look for that shit. Let's see. Let me see. Mars conjunct Sun and see, that's the thing about it. I'm trying to think of when we potentially could have seen this because even then, bam. So there's Uranus going into Taurus. It couldn't have happened then. It couldn't have happened then because Mars is too far behind the sun. It potentially could have. Oh no, because Mars is too far ahead. It's in Aquarius, so there's no way it could have happened then. Could not have happened here either. Mars is too far behind the sun, right? Once again, Mars is too far ahead of the sun, so it couldn't have happened in 1939. And Mars is too far behind the sun. By the time that Mars even gets to Scorpio, the sun will shift into Sag, so it couldn't have happened here either. So, yeah, this is something that we haven't seen in a while. It's going to even go back further than that. So, that's the thing about this. If you want to just go back and look for shits and giggles, the last time that this potentially could have happened. All right, let's stop right there. All right, let's see. So, once again, it's not looking very likely. Because even here, it could have happened. The sun was in Libra. Right? Yeah. It's been like this is not some. That's the thing. Like these are some aspects that you just don't really see that often. So the fact that we're coming into something like this weekend, going into Monday and stuff, to show you the importance of what the fuck we're going through. I mean, I guess I can look up the event as far as like a Mars oppose Uranus. I wish it would show me. Let's see. Yeah, Mars opposite Uranus, and it's not really. Yeah, so it's like. Let's see. Last time that Mars opposed Uranus. Well, yeah, that's January, so the sun is like all the way over in fucking Capricorn. That's the thing about this too. So it's not. It's something that we just haven't seen. It's just something that we haven't seen in a while. I'd have to like go back and actually really look at it, and I probably will forward the actual new moon video and actually see when it could have happened. But no one alive has seen this shit. So that's the thing about this. Sunday, go over to, yeah. No one alive has seen a new moon conjunct Mars oppose Uranus and Taurus. No one has seen this. If we have seen it, I'll correct myself and I'll look back at it. But no one has seen this. I mean, unless it happened like last year, but no, because Mars was in Gemini, or the year previous. I guess it could have happened here, right? So the last time that we could have seen this was in 2021, but it's not even quite opposite Uranus either. And actually, I don't even think Mars would have reached Scorpio. No, because Mars wouldn't have reached the sun in Scorpio because the sun would have gone into Sag. So you can't even say that either. Maybe you go back a little bit further. No, Mars is in here in Aries. And then, yeah, once again, the sun is at the end of Scorpio going into Sag. And that wouldn't have happened because Uranus is here at 3 degrees. If you go back the year previous, or no, if you go back the year previous, it was in fucking Aries. So, yeah. We haven't seen this. So that's why this is so fucking important. So I'll talk more about the new moon on that new moon video for Monday and stuff, right? But just letting you know that this is what we're kind of building up to, right? This is what we're building up to. And you know, like I said, you have this Mercury here and Sagittarius, which is definitely going to be trying to make sense of things. And especially with it being at 4 degrees, which is pretty important because 4 is actually the number of Uranus, Aquarius energy, right? So we're definitely going to be trying to figure out where we belong, especially what beliefs we belong to, what beliefs that we belong to, the thoughts of those beliefs, what thoughts that we belong to, especially when it comes to our beliefs, you know. We're looking for a place in the world. I think so many people are looking for their place in the world. So many people just don't feel like they have like that connection, if you will. And I think we all probably experience that in some way, shape, or form. But if there's ever a time to put yourself out there, there's ever a time to really get out there and connect with people and to learn how to trust again, it's now. But they use the last 3 years as an experiment to get you to distrust everyone around you, to get you to distrust your family, your friends, random people. Can you just strike up a conversation with a random stranger? Can you do that? Is that possible? So many people aren't able to even do that nowadays. They're so scared and finicky, so anxious and nervous, right? You got to remember too, Uranus rules the nervous system. So this new moon is going to bring up a lot of nervous energy, and it's coming from the depths of Scorpio. So it's some deep ass shit. But if you're unwilling to confront the deep ass shit, and to develop that deeper sense of trust with yourself and the universe and that God has your back, then you're going to wig out. Don't wig out. Don't wig out. This energy is very powerful. It's very potent, and you can use it to really propel yourself forward and to do amazing and incredible things and connect with the most amazing people. You really can. But it does require some courage. It does require bravery. It does require you to find that extra gear to get it going. That extra gear, that extra oomph. Can you fight through that? Can you fight through the attrition? Can you fight through the pain? The worries, the worry of not knowing what the future holds. I can look at a freaking chart, like I can interpret this chart, right, from 2030, right? I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I can tell you themes and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know exactly how to play out. Not exactly, but I can give themes. I can make predictions. And that's something I definitely want to work more on as far as like predictions and prophecy stuff. But ultimately, we don't necessarily know exactly how it's going to play out. But you can look at it and be like, that makes sense because this planet was doing this and this planet was doing that. So it's like we can get like an idea of what the future holds, but we don't know exactly what it holds. So since we don't know exactly what it's going to hold, why don't we take the power that we have in this current moment? We learn to open ourselves up to the process. We open our hearts. We begin to trust ourselves again. We begin to trust spirit again. We trust God again. And we connect. We move forward. I know all this stuff sounds like fluffy, new agey, spiritual, motivational. You got this. But sometimes we need a pep talk. And that's what I kind of am. I'm kind of like, I'm here to gas you up. I'm like your spiritual pep talk person, right? Like, you have like, you ever been to like a pep rally in school and shit like that? Like, this is a pep rally right now. We are in a pep rally, especially with Venus and Libra too. This is a pep rally. And you may be like, I don't want to go to the gym, go to this pep rally and stuff. Man, those things were fun, man. They were fun. And your guides right now here are trying to have a pep rally for you, but we're just sitting there being all moping. I'm on the outside looking in. When your guides and they're trying to have a pep rally for you. So let the pep rally happen. That's what this weekend's about. Let the pep rally happen. You got this. Let's go ahead and get into the cards, shall we? I've been getting a lot of doubles with these cards too. So it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues where certain cards keep coming up and you can see the themes are continuing to move from one day to the next. So let's see what we got today. Let's see what we got. These cards keep coming up, man. We got the Magician card in reverse. So this card has come up in reverse. It's come up upright. Today it is reverse. Magician card followed by the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, we got to do the work. You got to do the work. The magic isn't just going to happen just because you wished it to happen. Just because you wish something to happen, just because you wish that spell to go right, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. It's not just going to manifest immediately. You got to keep putting in the work and putting in the effort, right? That is followed by the Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so, it's the Page of Wands in reverse. I like this card because, she's like playing like this violin and stuff like that. But this Page of Wands in reverse, it's almost like she's at a recital, if you will, right? And with it being reversed, naturally, you're going to be a little bit nervous, right? Going into this recital, you're playing in front of your family, you're playing in front of your friends, you're playing in front of the faculty, and you're worried that you're going to mess up. right? You're worried you're going to mess up, and you just really want someone to come down and tell and just kind of wave their wand and just make it all work out. But you got to put in the work, right? Magic does exist. Magic is absolutely real, but there is magic in putting in the effort, putting one step in front of the other. The journey of 1,000 steps begins with the first step, right? So we can't we got to put in the work, we got to put in the effort. And yes, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be nervous about this recital. It's okay to be nervous, like, but you've been at this, you've been working at it. This otherwise the 8 of Pentacles wouldn't have come up here. So you actually are prepared for this. You were good. And you may be like, well, what if I forget to play this note? What if I forget? What if something happens? What if I mess up? It's like, well, if you mess up, you get back on track. You also have to trust that the people around you are going to be able to cover for your mistakes. We all got to cover for each other's mistakes too, right? You're not just going to be perfect all the time. You're going to mess up, but there are going to be people around you that can cover for you, right? It's just like I use sports analogies a lot. If somebody misses a block, maybe someone picks up that person, right? Or maybe the running back does some awesome move and dodges the defender, you know? Plays break down all the time in sports, but you have a team. This is a team effort. You can't just go at it all alone, right? That's really what this comes down to. So don't feel like you have to do everything by yourself. It's okay to open your heart and connect with people you can trust again. And magic is absolutely real. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. That is going to do it for your weekend astrology forecast. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as always, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful weekend. Got a pep rally going on. Your guides are throwing you a pep rally. Enjoy the pep rally, okay? You deserve it. Y'all take care. Love you all so much. Stay blessed. Have a great weekend. Peace.